Assignment 13, Plain Language Analysis, Installing a New Car Radio by Ashley Salazar. What is plain language? Plain language is an approach to communication that begins with the needs of the reader, understanding what they find, and acting appropriately on that understanding. By using plain language, we will avoid misunderstanding, errors, complaints, inquiries, and loss of time to the problem solving. Why use plain language? By using plain language, we are being effective and efficient. Being effective means having the reader understand the message, and being efficient shows that the reader can read and understand the message the first time. In having effective and efficient documents, we are saving time to our readers, thus creating readable and informative documents that they can all read, understand, and remember after they finish reading it. Putting plain language to use. The article chosen was from installdoctor.com, installing a new car radio specifically for Nissan Altimas before 2000. This topic was chosen because I myself had to do this with my own car, and based on personal experience, it was a lot easier to understand the pictures than it was to read the steps. I concentrated on two areas of plain language that the manual needed in order for it to be understanding to readers. The first was revising the second page. The second page in the manual contained 5 headings, all of which were not necessary to be in the beginning of the instructor manual. Only 2 were to be combined, which was the parts needed for this radio install and the tools needed to complete this install. They could basically be summarized as items needed for radio install, as you can see on the right side with my revision. And this is how I would revise the second page. Snap-on dishwire harness, number 2 Phillips, solder/crimper, voltage meter, small battery, wire ties, or electrical tape. I left the symbols as they were next to the written item because not all average readers know what a solder/crimper is or a number 2 Phillips. So by leaving the image there, it gives them a guide as to what they're looking for when they're installing their car radio. It gives them a visualization for them to understand the steps. And as you can see, the right shows a lot simpler rather than to the left with all the headings all around it, causing a source of clutter that sometimes reader will not read everything. Pronoun use and accessorials was the second area that the instruction manual needed. In some areas of the manual, the name Install Doctor was used, thus causing a passive voice and having the reader not have much of an interaction once they read the steps. When I edited it, I changed it to we, as you can see on the right, and also took out some words that were unnecessary to the main focus of the step. So as you can read on the left of the problem, it says, the Install Doctor strongly recommends purchasing a DIN radio for this vehicle. DIN radios are a direct replacement for the radio in this vehicle. More information is available in the Mounting New Radio section. And the solution that I was able to come up with and revise it was, we recommend that you purchase a DIN radio so you can directly replace the old radio. So you can see in the solution that it's more of an active voice, having the reader get a better interaction with the steps. In the second problem, the manual uses excess amount of words. I revised it by cutting it down to 2 simple sentences that give direction to the reader on what to do and cause less confusion by having so many of the steps in one step. So as you can see in the left, it reads, once the screws securing the plastic dash panel below the steering wheel have been removed, the panel can be pulled off of the main body of the dash. The top of the panel has plastic tabs securing the panel to the main body of the dash. Pull the panel towards the driver's seat, and the panel should completely separate from the dash. Solution: pull the lower part of the dash panel once the screws securing that panel are removed. The panel will completely come off once you pull it towards the driver's seat. So you can see, based on just what you're looking at, I basically cut it in half so that the directions were straight to the point and excessive directions were taken out. Conclusion. Lessons learned. I learned that by using plain language, my papers and use of words will be effective to my reader as well as efficient. Rather than to create long sentences, I can create shorter ones so I can get my point across and not cause the reader any confusion or lose interest while reading it. Writing improvements for future use. Using plain language in future writing assignments will help me greatly. Before, I would use words that had no relation to my main focus in the sentence. What matters is the quality of the sentence, meaning that longer sentences are not always efficient and get your point across. They usually cause readers to get lost and stop reading it. So by cutting down sentences, I would be able to show more quality in the simple sentences rather than elaborate so much into one. Because again, like I said, with long sentences, it would cause readers to stop reading. But by using plain language, I'll be able to keep the reader's attention to my paper and enjoying the paper also as well.